And greetings and salutation. Welcome back to Spider-Man. Um, we're knee-deep in turf wars, and hello, Miles.
Oh, you know, the usual. Spider-in, man-in... What's up?
I just wanted to thank you again for that first lesson. I mean, I thought we were actually gonna do stuff, but now I'm like so full of knowledge, this whole thing is unreal.
When nobody's shooting at you, it is, in fact, fairly rad.
So, when's our next lesson?
Oh, I don't know, Miles. There's a lot going on.
I've been finishing all my homework early, and all my chores are good around the house, and I haven't dunked on a single fool in basketball once, I swear.
No, that's great, Miles. You're doing a great job. I'll, let you know as soon as I'm free, okay?
Okay, yeah, awesome, thanks, Peter.
I have created a monster. A monster of enthusiasm.
An enthusiastic monster. You know, Peter Parker might be a little bit busy to be a dad at the moment. Even though it seems as though, it's kind of interesting how the heist DLC was, like, the focus was, is Pete the father? But now he is essentially, like, a surrogate dad of sorts to, Miles. And that somebody has to explain these, superpowers that he's just, discovered. Now, I'm probably not gonna spend too much time showing these sequences because it's basically just
Going down.
wave after wave of bad guys. But there is a little bit of plot here and there, so the here being the beginning, the there being the end. So there might be a little bit of punching in between. There's a lot of punching in between, but like you've seen punching before.
An old speakeasy crawling with hammerheads goons. Wanna guess what they're protecting?
Probably more than just an expired liquor license. See if you can find anything that'll tell us more about his operation.
10-4, Spidey out.
I tell you, I ain't never seen a place this fancy in my life. Boss has great taste. What the? Hey, kid, you got a death, huh?
Pete, is now a good time?
Oh, as good a time as any.
I decrypted the file you found in that last Hammerhead front.
Don't tell me. Hammerhead's baby photos? Did he always have the weird skull, or is that more of a recent thing?
No, it looks like Hammerhead's been collecting information on the cops. On Captain Watanabe.
Yuri? Why would Hammerhead care about her in particular?
There's digital clippings here. Watanabe got her first big win by taking down a ring of Maggia traffickers. She joined the force with a very specific goal in mind.
So she's always had it in for the Maggia. I wonder why.
I'm not sure, but I can tell there's a story here. I'll let you go. Back to work for us both.
Shame they destroyed so much of this place. It's actually really nice.
No, that's it. Oh, hello. I was not expecting more fights.
And scene.
I guess he was hiding just in case I
MJ, got
beat
it.
every other
Hammerhead
person in the
was
building.
laundering his counterfeit cash through here, with the help of some less than legit gambling operations. I've also got another encrypted file for you.
Solid work, Pete. I'll add this all to my piece right now.
Awesome, MJ. Thanks.
You know, I thought there were going to... For some reason, I assumed there would be a lot more of these Hammerhead bases. But there's actually only, like, 4. Which is okay, I suppose, because that last one was a pain in the ass, so... My own enjoyment of actually doing these Hammerhead bases is already dwindling. So let's knock these off the checklist and then move on.
MJ, made it to Hammerhead's Upper East Side warehouse. I'm betting he doesn't ship his online shop orders out of here.
Lots of guys just casually wandering around?
Yeah, place is locked down. but not for long.
I'm ready for anything you find. Keep me in the loop.
Sounds like a plan.
They're just casually walking around, aimlessly. Ah, damn it. So I was thinking in my head I was going to go for one of the higher beam. But I guess my camera was facing the lower, like, forklift? So that didn't really work out so well, and what were they doing back there? Like, did they, like, destroy that section of their own base just to get to me? And that's not even wave 2. Oh, here's wave 2. See you in a bit.
Just using this warehouse to distribute Hammerhead's handmade crafts.
Report encrypted file leads.
Hit me. No, not you guys.
Okay. That's weirdly obsessed with Watanabe. Ugh, I hate when guys get internet stocky. Lots of transfer records here. She's been jumping from precinct to precinct.
So the Magia weren't just the start of her career. She's made them her entire career.
You got it. She's been responsible for shutting down every shady Magia joint in town for a decade. It's pretty amazing to see, actually.
That's Yuri, all right?
She seems like a bulldog. I think I'd like her.
You would. Thanks for the heads up, MJ.
No problem. I'm gonna keep looking into this. Talk to you later.
That's interesting. I wasn't expecting a sudden backstory about Yuri.
Stuff for people who actually enjoy doing science.
Oh, snap.
All right. That's one less warehouse full of Sable tech for Hammerhead to use against me later. This place houses a ton of Sable server space. I hope Hammerhead hasn't gotten into it yet.
At the very least, another base is taken care of. This one is a lot faster, although this one did not feature any of those whip guys. Yep.
Time to collect. Hey, MJ. Not only was this place Hammerhead's Sable distribution front, it was also storing a ton of Sable servers. I cleared it out, and I'm sending you another file to decrypt.
Amazing, Pete. Thank you. The story's really coming together.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, it seems like the city didn't do so good of a job, or at the very least, Sable's team didn't really do so good of a job figuring out where her gear went after they left New York. They don't seem to be that professional of an outfit, but then again, she left the city before the job was done. Which leads to the question, who was in charge of Sable International while she wasn't around? Either way, let's get over to this last base.
We're here to talk about a hot-button issue today, folks, and that's crime boss Hammerhead. It turns out that petty argument at the Harlem Sanitarium was actually a Magia smackdown against this flat-topped fluff. But here's the thing about Hammerhead, valued listeners. He might be an unhinged, rampaging cop killer who my assistant Jared keeps calling a beta, for reasons that I'm certain must be shark-related, but he has some interesting ideas. What's so wrong with pining for the good old days? Hammerhead wants to bring New York back to a time where people didn't get offended by everything, and spiders were just bugs you killed in your apartment, and I didn't have to take blood pressure medication. Now, if we could just stop him from destroying the city and its citizens in the process, wow, that would be great.
So we want what the villain wants, but just not the means. The means do not justify the ends. Also, there's no going back to a time in which J. Jonah Jameson does not have to take blood pressure medication. He would have to actually change as an individual, and it might be too late for that.
MJ, made it into one of Hammerhead's operations. It looks like a distillery, but it's gotta be a front. I'd put my money on smuggling, like illegal weapons or fancy gangster hats.
You mean fedoras? I think that might almost be worse than the weapons. Let me know what you find.
Fedoras, right?
Great thinking on the boss's part. These new printers are making
Nothing's worse than a illegal stockpile of fancy gangster hats.
You're gonna use metaphor. Put your drinks down and stop fighting!
Drinking on the job? I'm gonna have to report you all to Hammerhead HR.
Well, that was a lucky break.
Here, I decrypted that third file you sent me.
Cool! I'm also doing important stuff.
Just keep doing what you're doing while I talk at you. It seems like the captain, Yuri's, got some baggage.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. There's some old police records here. Did you know she's a third-generation cop?
Huh? Runs in the family.
Kind of. Yuri's father was kicked off the force, convicted and imprisoned for accepting bribes. Magia bribes.
He was
Huh.
Dirty as they come. Looks to me like Yuri's trying to make up for her dad's mistakes and taking the Magia down in the process.
heavy. No wonder she's going so hard on this.
Yeah. I know I'm supposed to be writing about the Hammerhead fronts, but this is pretty compelling stuff. Call me back soon.
Ah,
Counterfeiting is bad, but do any of you have a spare couple bundles for rent money? Just asking.
all right. That is done. Or at the very least, now I have to find that secret room to acquire the secret goodies. Hopefully there is nobody in the room. Oh, that was a load-bearing wall.
No money, no beer, but ledgers that prove they're counterfeiting, and an encrypted file too. I'm done here. Sending you one last encrypted file and...
You don't have to. I already know what it's gonna say.
You do?
Hammerhead's not the only one who can get his hands on files he shouldn't have.
Oh, so I beat up all those Hammerhead goons for nothing. Thanks, MJ. Although really, I mean, it's a side mission, so whatever encrypted files are found in the side missions, this isn't the kind of game in which,
Yuri's been disciplined lately. A lot. She's entirely focused on stopping Hammerhead and the Magia. She stopped following protocol. It doesn't look good for her.
Luckily, she's got people who have her back.
Yeah. Listen, Peter. This makes better copy than the Hammerhead fronts. I've got to pitch it.
I know you do. I know.
Okay. I owe you one for these files. And I hope things work out for your friend.
Thanks, MJ. Me too.
also technically Yuri should be following protocol. Especially if that leads to the question, is the act of Yuri not following protocol, did that lead to the deaths of the people in the beginning of the game? I mean, it's kind of like there's that opposite end. There's the dirty cop that takes bribes and does nothing, and then there's the dirty that bends the rules for their favor, and then there's the dirty cop that bends the rules in their favor to try to stop the crimes. And like both put people in danger for different reasons. Oh, hello, Jay.
I'd just like to make it clear that I am perfectly capable of at running this show alone and absolutely know how to work this computer by myself. Shut it, Jared, I'm getting to it. But you, loyal listeners, should know that I choose not to. I'm getting to it. And that's why I have decided, of my own accord, that's enough, Jared, to bring my assistant, Jared, back to the Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson operation. And to apologize to him on the air, which is what I'm doing now. Right
That was tough.
And are you serious? Are you really doing this right now, you little... And to give him a raise. Tune back in soon for more Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson.
If only he knew how to use a computer. Then he'd be okay. Then he could just run his show by himself. But even J. Jonah Jameson is reliant on the people around him.
I really did. You don't think we can drive a guy a few blocks? Have you seen what's going on out there? I don't trust anybody.
I don't even trust myself.
They're moving. I'll stay on their tail in case anyone shows up without an invite.
So, am I required to maintain a specific distance?
All clear so far. What are you trying to jinx us? Come on. Why take chances? Because superstition is ridiculous. We'll see.
Because this thing kind of like blinks when I get real close like. Also, this is clearly what Spider-Man needed more of, was escort quests.
So far.
All quiet on the Western Front.
Man, I wish there was someone around to hear me say that.
Hey, it's Raph. A little too Raph. What?
Hammerhead thugs. Always in the wrong place at the wrong time. I gotta keep that witness safe. This witness is staying with the cops today, folks. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Alright, knocked out that guy. And... there we go, knocked out that guy as well. Take that! Hold up. There we go.
That could have gone badly. I should keep an eye out for more of Hammerhead's guys around the city.
Yes, this is clearly what I wanted, was more crime.
Spider-Man, how's the hunt?
Good. Got a lead on the Dons. How are you?
Tired. Just finished calling my men's families. It was... hard. Good. But hard.
I'll take care of this, Yuri. Don't worry. Okay. On to the Auerbach Theater. It's Don sitting time.
I got a lead on them? When did I get a lead on them? Also, Hammerhead crimes. Let's see how many Hammerhead crimes they expect me to do. Alright, Hammerhead doesn't seem to want to go to the southern parts of the city, which is convenient. So there's 20 Hammerhead crimes. I will do that another time. So that I could hopefully balance out the length of this video. Or at the very least, the recording process. Because that's the thing about, like, the crimes are, like, these arena battles, they're one thing, but at least there's a little bit of story content to it. But the crimes have no story content. They're just Here, have some random stuff to do. Because, here.
The Dons must be inside. Looks like they're safe.
Ah, that didn't take too long. Especially since Hammerhead has Sable technology, so... What is that?
We're safe. Great. This was kind of an imperiled Dons only screening, guys.
That is a... Oh, holy crap.
Make these dug dig things. I gotta come up with a better name for them.
Cylinders of Death? Dig Dugs? What would be a better name for these things?
You know, if you'd have just stayed home, you wouldn't have to pay so much for popcorn.
Taking out too many of them. How'd he do that?
Okay. I have no idea what I was doing during that entire time, but it worked. And really, that's the moral of the story. Oh, another one.
I hear this one is better on demand anyways.
Wait, who's... Ah, that one comes with guns. That's fancy. Although I would imagine having like an attached gun placement would make it like it would drag on the earth as you're pulling it out. Alright. Damn it. There we go. Yes, turn the camera away from the bad guys. Is there... You know, I would be worried about all these cylinders coming out of the ground because that feels like it would cause...
They've rigged the building with explosives. Overkill much, fellas? Gotta take Hammerhead's men out and disable these bombs. One bomb down, one to go. Does Hammerhead do casual Fridays? The suits must be so constricting. You should try spandex.
Actually, the suits are the casual Fridays. On normal Fridays, they're supposed to wear even more formal wear.
Now they're on the other rooftop. Of course.
Oh, hello. So they basically did a combined... Oh my gosh.
Gotta move fast. Don't you guys ever get
Damn
tired
it.
of losing? I'm just saying, it must be a morale breaker.
Damn it.
Better run. We're losing guys left and right.
Pick up the pace, Pete. Can't let those bombs explode.
No, that...
One down.
And then one more. Oh, target the thing in front of you.
There's two. The crowd holds its breath. And yes, folks, yes, it's a triple play. The crowd goes wild. Okay,
All right.
the Dons should be safe now. I should head inside and check on them just in case.
Odd that I would end up being the one who goes off to protect the Mafia, essentially. because like essentially like in Black Cat's story, Hammerhead's trying to steal the Maggio's money, and now he's just trying to take them all by force.
Right. Because of the digging tank things. Obviously. Crap. This did not go well. Yuri, he got away. With the Dons.
What? Are you serious?
The Sable tech he's been stealing? She had more in her arsenal than I thought.
You told me you would take care of this. You told me not to worry.
I did, yes, and I screwed up. I'm sorry.
No more breaks. No more time off. I'm on this now. I'll call you when I've got a plan.
Crap.
I'm leaving a mission?
Great work, Pete. Just great.
Well, to be fair, apparently Sable had digging tech that was never used.
Hey guys, it's me.
Oh, God.
Really don't have time for this today, Screwball?
There's always time for great content, especially when it stars New York's favorite spider guy in a series of high-stakes life or death challenges. Come on, you know you want to join the fun. Don't keep my audience waiting.
Okay, that probably unlocks screwball challenges, so I'm going to just go and unlock that and then call it a day. But I won't be happy about it. I hear that Screwball isn't in the Silver Lining, which I'm thankful for, because she's kind of a flat character.
Today, on Just the Facts, with J. Jonah Jameson, the Maggia are turning the streets of Manhattan into a gang war. Why, you ask? Because nobody listened to me when they had the chance. If we just cleaned up the city, returned to our collective senses, and run Spider-Man out of town, not necessarily in that order, then a psychopathic crime boss wouldn't be wrecking New York in some misguided pursuit of that same goal. Look, Hammerhead's impulse to take us back to a simpler time before any of us had heard of web shooters isn't wrong. But his methods are obscene. Attacking the police, terrifying citizens, the man gives simpler times a bad name. Like this infernal sodium-free beverage I'm being forced by the medical establishment to drink for my health gives soda a bad name. And meanwhile, where's our city's so-called savior, Spider-Man, in all this? I need to lay down.
Yeah, eventually J. Jonas, he's just gonna have to take a vacation. Just leave the town.
And away we go! Oh, can't wait to see what thrilling action Spidey brings to the table for season 2!
You know, I'm actually in talks with this competing subscription service, so...
Please, I basically discovered you! And if you leave, my fans will be so upset. Angry flash mobs upset! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Okay, since the last time, I modified the Trojan she installed to ping her location each time I do one of her shows. Once I get enough pings, I can triangulate, find her hideout, and send her on early hiatus, straight to Rikers.
Alright, so that's why she's not in episode 3. Because I managed to put a stop to her. Excellent. I'm perfectly fine with that scenario.
Listen up. We can't let Hammerhead continue to arm himself, and those burrowing tanks will tear apart our lockup. I'm spreading the remaining Sable gear throughout the city. Give him multiple targets. Force him to thin his men out.
Okay, what do you need from me?
Protect the transports. We'll have multiple runs in transit at once. Be ready to back up any that get into trouble.
You got it.
Once the gear's relocated, we'll focus on Hammerhead. Stay sharp. Lives are on the line.
Not liking what I hear in her voice. I gotta make time for Yuri after this. She gives me a lot of grief, but I can't let her down. Let me see if I can pick up the police comms channels.
Unimpeded. Repeat, Convoy 3, progress unimpeded.
Route appears clear ahead. No hostiles visible.
Safe House 2, ready to receive.
Okay, so far, so good.
Thank you for watching. If you've still got the itch for more content, why not give one of those links a try? Got some questions or comments, you can comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. In the meantime, so long, folks.